Hey guys, and welcome back to Fringe Friday. As always, I am Carmen, and today we are watching Season 4, Episode 9 of Fringe, which means we are very close to the mid-season finale. Honestly, the last episode could have been the mid-season finale because it was so freaking insane. So much happened. We had the revelation that Broyles in World B is either a shapeshifter or he's responsible for the shapeshifters. We don't really know. He set up Fauxlivia and Lincoln, so they are walking into a trap with David Robert Jones, who is back, and what else? There was more. The Observer got shot and is possibly dead. I assume it has to do with him helping Peter and the other observers. Not sure. If not, I'm sure at some point we'll find out why he might be dead. I can't remember if I just said that or not. Olivia supposedly has to die for some reason, which I refuse to accept as reality. And Peter made it to Walternet, and he agreed to help him, and he's also not responsible for the human shapeshifters. So, just a lot happened in the last episode. So I'm very curious to see what's going to happen in this episode. Oh, Broyles, what you doing? Is he going to find... No, is he going to find little Lincoln? Oh no. Oh no. What is that? What is that? Broyles? Broyles? Oh, Peter. I don't even know. Somebody needs to stop this. Emergency. Something.
Colonel Broyles.
Mr. Secretary, what are you doing here, sir?
Agent Lincoln Lee from the other side. Please see that Agent Lee is released immediately. As for the rest, it's best I explain in private.
Don't talk to him. Oh no.
Shapeshifters? You're certain about this?
If the Department of Defense can be infiltrated, then clearly every branch of our government.
Okay, please tell me you suspect Broyles.
Do we have any idea who they're answering to?
Nope.
Stop giving him information!
Agents Lee and Dunham ran a trace on Murphy's last phone call. They're following up as we speak.
No.
I just got kind of hunched that this other Lincoln's telling us the truth.
Because he has such a trustworthy face.
See, I think he's kind of funny looking.
You're funny looking.
No, okay, please, just don't go in there. Just don't go in there. You know, you could just not go in there. You just don't do it.
She was once just a human being like any other. Suppose this is what it feels like to have a child. To love, as a parent does.
I doubt.
47 so far.
47?
I'm so sorry.
Is he killing her? He's killing her. That's fucked up.
Take me to your leader.
But he's been talking to Broyles on the phone already. Unless he's talking about Walternet, in which case that would be real bad if he, became Walternet.
I was hoping you could do something for me. Could you check this blood sample against the national and international databases?
Is it from the Observer?
And wish me luck.
Where are you going? Why do you need luck?
Broyles?
Because Broyles doesn't know anything about this, does he?
And Peter and Lincoln should have been back by now, so I'm gonna have to go and tell him what's been going on.
Oh, he's not gonna be happy.
ID?
We didn't find a Shelby. No surprise there. We ran his biometrics through all the databases. Criminal, medical.
He's from World A, right? He was successful because Peter wasn't there to stop him.
You hear they're bringing up the suspect?
What suspect?
The guy who's behind trying to have us killed.
He's gonna recognize him.
Your escort should be here shortly.
Oh, stay long enough to recognize him. Peter,
We should stay here and we should assist with the interrogation.
No.
You got what you wanted.
Yes, I got what I wanted. And whatever he finds out in that interrogation, he's gonna share with you. So you got what you came for.
I need to be a part of this investigation. I lost a partner.
I lost a universe.
His wins. His wins. I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
You're scared.
Yes, I am scared. I'm scared that every day that I stay here, the people that I love get farther and farther away from me.
Yeah.
There's nothing that you can do here that they can't do for themselves.
Oh, he recognizes him. He recognizes him. He recognizes him.
What is it?
He knows him. He killed him. He's the guy he was talking about killing in the last
You know
episode.
that guy?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he does.
Besides which, we don't have much time. I imagine you'd like to avoid unnecessary deaths.
He's doing the same thing that he did in the other side. Except for he's working with Broyles.
Before we let you go, anything else you want while we're at it?
I wouldn't mind a cup of tea.
I wonder what their agenda is in this farce, you know? Peter?
I imagine you'll be on your way back home.
He's gonna tell him.
I know who that man is.
Yes, he does.
His name is David Robert Jones.
Yes, it is. Oh, Peter's fucking up your plan, Broyles.
He has a background in biotechnology and genetic weaponry.
If you're right, we'd have a record of him. We don't.
He's from World
Because
A.
he's not from your universe.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Broyles.
I won't be so certain.
He killed him.
You've already told me that things are different from your timeline.
They're different because Peter's not
Let me
there.
talk to him.
Sir, I hardly think that's wise.
That's because you're working with him, Broyles. Shut! I'm sorry, I love you, but not you. Not this one, you. Not you. Do it. Yeah. A spanner in the works. I love it.
You're not from here, are you?
Did the accent give it away?
Actually, it was the scars. The last time I saw you, you were completely falling apart. Molecular disintegration due to transporting out of a German prison. I had to wrap you in bandages just to keep you from turning into a puddle on the floor.
I love it so much, you guys. I'm loving this.
I've never met you in my life.
Nope, you haven't. Luckily for them, Peter's from a
But
different
I've met you.
Yes! Oh, I love it. In a different time.
When you were crossing out of your universe into this one, I'm the man who closed it on you.
Mm.
It cut you right in half.
Mm-hmm. That happened.
Interesting story.
It's not a story.
I'm still in one piece.
For now.
Can Mr. Jones hear me as well?
He can. What do you want?
Just for you to listen.
Oh. She's blowing it up. Nobody is looking at this and walking away. No, I'm not going towards that. Y'all could... His plan on the other side, I remember, like, he tried to kill, like, a bunch of people and stuff, too. I'm pretty sure. Oh, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. No.
Says if he's not released within 14 minutes, the next attack will be worse.
Well, you can't release him, obviously.
Prepare him for release.
You can't be serious.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll be keeping him under constant surveillance.
Okay, but he knows how to shapeshift, and he has 47 shapeshifters.
We may learn who he's working with.
We can monitor him with an internal tracker.
That's a good idea.
I'm glad you like it. I put one in his tea.
Yeah, do little talkies. Do little talkies. And I guess they can't when everybody's looking. I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on here. I was hoping that Peter would be able to stop this because he's, unexpected. I wonder if Broyles is being forced to help him or if he's just nervous because he doesn't want to get caught. That guy was staring at him, the guy inside the building.
Would you like some money?
For real?
Oh, yes.
Guys, give it up, free money! Are you seeing this?
You should be way closer.
What the hell's he up to?
He's getting lost in the crowd.
Tracking signal is multiplying. We're seeing 40 or 50 dots and counting.
It's the money. He knows he's being tracked. He's put trackers on the money.
What? How the hell did he know what signal we're using?
Royals. Oh, there was an observer. Okay, the thing is, Walternet has to suspect Broyles, right? It just makes sense.
I've tried to see what he's saying, but I can't help him. Apparently the other Walter refuses to, which is ironic, given the lengths that man went to in the past.
That is not your fault.
The outcome is still the same. I
So-
couldn't save our son then, and I can't help him now.
I mean, just because you don't know the answer yet doesn't mean that you won't figure it out, you know?
Maybe I can.
How?
Maybe I can help Peter.
Again, how?
Do you mind if I take a look at your list of locations?
I don't mind. Are you really from another timeline?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
I love Astrid in every iteration of every timeline.
How did he pinpoint the wavelength we were on that quickly?
You think someone from our team told him?
Yep.
He was looking for a mineral named amphilicite,
I overlooked its significance.
because on its own it has no significance. But if you know how to process it properly, it can be used as a power source.
How do you know all this?
Because where I'm from, William Bell used a tiny amount of it to create a battery. Jones stole the battery. Trust me, with this stuff, you get a lot of bang for your buck.
Well, how much bang are we talking?
Enough to blow a hole in the universe.
Do you think he's trying to get back? Broyles actually seemed surprised.
There's an access road above the quarry. It'd be easy for Jones to outflank you if you don't guard it.
What access road?
It's just to the north of your position.
There's no road.
I'm looking right at it. Is this the map that we downloaded from Dr. Fayette's hard drive?
It is. Why?
It's a trick.
We're in the wrong universe.
I thought that, okay. They're bringing him over to World A. Y'all need to call Broyles and on this world, in this world. Y'all need to get calling.
Excuse me, Dr. Bishop. You have a visitor.
Not now.
Walter?
She crossed the universe to talk to Walter.
I'm not her, you know that, don't you?
He does. I think.
Of course. You're from the other side.
She's gonna help by talking to Walter.
I suppose it's appropriate that a version of our son should bring us together. I came here for Peter.
I'm sorry you traveled so far. I have made my position quite clear.
The last time I saw you, you had come to save a boy's life. Now I've come to do the same.
It gets me.
My being here must remind you of so many things. I'm reminded of something, too. Of that night 26 years ago. When you came to me on the other side and took Peter away with you.
I should never have done so.
You were trying to save him.
He wasn't mine to save. My Peter'd already gone.
You were still a father. I saw how much you loved him. Your strength.
Not strength, hubris. And I've been punished for it ever since.
By whom?
By God, I deserve it. No man should do what I did.
You made a mistake. That's what being a man is.
I broke universes.
For the love of your son.
I asked for a sign of forgiveness, but I got nothing.
He didn't get the white tulip.
I forgive you, Walter. I forgave you a long time ago. And if I can, God can. lost our sons. We'll never watch them grow up and fall in love, have babies. But there's something of them in him. I know you feel it too. Walter, he deserves to go back to the people he loves and who love him.
I can't.
Freak.
Of course you are.
So is he.
Elizabeth, I don't know why you have to do this to me. Every fucking time that you show up, I cry. Those people have automatic weapons and you have handguns. That was a good shot, Peter. Of course, the one that's not an FBI agent and not trained with guns is the best shot.
Olivia, stop!
Do not follow Jones!
The window will close behind him, and if it closes while you were going through it, it will kill you. Olivia, please, trust me.
Olivia?
I'm here.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Freaking barely.
We'll have to start trying to game plan what he's after.
How? We have no information to work from, and so far he's been ahead of us every step of the way. He's holding all the cards on this.
Pretty much.
Not all of them. You have me.
True. He's a spanner in the works. He's gonna help.
I know him, and I saw how nervous he was when I was questioning him.
Mm-hmm.
If nothing else, I'm a variable that he didn't plan for. Somewhere, we stopped him once before.
You can do it again.
And we can stop him again.
Peter.
You know, Peter, before at the quarry, if it weren't for you...
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. He would always protect you, Olivia. No matter what version of you.
Yeah, I hear ya.
Who is it? Oh, it's Walter. It's Walter. Is he gonna help?
May I come inside?
Yeah.
Their house.
You should know that your mother was a wonderful woman. Every version of her.
Yeah.
She came to see you.
I will help you, Peter. The last 25 years I've spent thinking about losing my son. I thought I was an expert on loss. Maybe that's why you are here. Because there are still things that I need to learn. What?
I just spent the last several days with the other Walter, and I was very surprised to learn that he's not the man that I thought he was.
You are.
But I am not at all surprised to learn that you are.
God, why?
Is that a good thing?
Yeah.
That is a very good thing.
Why did they do this to me? Who are you? Is it Nina and them? Nina, fucking Nina. You guys, I'm so frustrated by her. Okay. Also, how do these writers know exactly what to say to have the characters say to completely destroy my heart? It's very unfair. It's very unfair. Oh, here I go again. Sorry, I gotta take a minute. Okay. I think I've calmed myself enough to talk about this episode. We'll see, but okay, I did not write that much down, but I do have a lot to say. So, first off, let's talk about Broyles for a second, because I don't know if Broyles is a shapeshifter. There's 47 according to David Robert Jones, and I'm still unclear if he's one of them. I'm still unclear about if he's being forced to help David Robert Jones, because I feel like a lot of their interactions were sort of that thinly veiled animosity that I was talking about a few episodes ago. Wait, no. That was in Battlestar Galactica. Anyway. Sorry. I don't know if, like, their interactions seemed, like, a little bit hostile. Like, the interrogation room interaction seemed very, we are actors in a theater production, right? You know, like, us knowing that there was that interaction in the previous episode and then watching that, I feel like it was very obvious that it was theater, right? It was just this performance, this farce that they're putting on to sort of orchestrate things to go the way they wanted. However, Broyles seemed genuinely surprised when he discovered David Robert Jones was seeking out this element and like why, or this mineral, and what it could be used for. So either he's just not privy to the plan, like the full plan, or David Robert Jones has something on him and is forcing him to help. I saw a wedding ring on Broyles' hand, so I'm assuming that this Broyles also has a wife still and his 2 kids. That could be what is being used as leverage against him if that's what's happening. He could just be a shapeshifter. He could just be an evil fuck. Like, we don't really know, but every iteration of Broyles that we do know is a good guy and cares about his family and his team and everything. So I feel the only way that that would not be true is if he is either a shapeshifter or his Achilles heel of his family is being used against him. So that's my working theory with what's going on with Broyles. Still frustrating to see him undermine them. Still kind of frustrating. Nobody's putting the pieces together that he could be the thing that's hindering them, or at least somebody. Like, Walternate, knowing full well that these shapeshifters are capable of infiltrating the highest levels of government, still went to Broyles and like just laid it all out there. Seems a bit foolish to me, you know, like just like a little bit. Because surely, were I a shapeshifter, were I in charge of these shapeshifters, the head of the Fringe division is like the one person I want to either become or get on my side, right? Like that's just logic. That's just like, it's just a clear sort of step from point A to point B. So I understand there's like the bias of the only way that they have to tell for sure right now is with the device that Walternate made, which kills the person. So you would have to be very sure. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe I would just leave out tiny details or fudge them a little bit to see if people are who they say they are, you know? Like, but that being said, I am an incredibly paranoid person, so perhaps Walternate is less so. All of that being said, I do love that Peter is the wild card, like the unexpected thing that David Robert Jones didn't plan for and didn't know that he should plan for, and that's like hopefully and inevitably going to like fuck it up, right? His plan and everything, because Peter does know him. Peter has defeated him in the past, and he knows the way that he thinks and the way that his brain works, at least to some extent. And so he can sort of figure out, like, on some scale, what he's trying to do, right? Like, I love that. I love that Peter wanted to leave. He wanted to just, like, it's not his problem. So it's not his universe to fix, which I think is a valid feeling. Like, he's scared, like Elizabeth said, like he said, Like, he just wants to get back to the people he loves, and he worries that every moment that he's away from them, that becomes more and more impossible. And that would be completely and utterly terrifying. And so I think that it's very valid for him to be like, look, I care. Like, y'all are versions of the people that I love, and I care about you. But, like, the people I love, I need to get back to them. Like, I think that's a really just valid way to feel. But he saw David Robert Jones, and he said, damn it, you know, kind of. Like, we didn't see him actually do that. But he's now conflicted because he has information that these two universes don't have, and he can help them. And I love that Peter, being Peter, chooses to use the information that he has to help them and to try to minimize David Robert Jones' impact, and to, yeah, just do everything in his power to help. And at the end, he's gonna stay, and obviously until he can figure out how to go back home. But while he's there, he's gonna help them. And it's just so Peter, you know, like, yeah, I just love it. Speaking of things I loved, Elizabeth she always makes me cry though. But I really, really, really loved her conversation with Walter, because I think that her telling him that she forgives him was so important for him, because he has really lived with that guilt for a long time. And I think that her saying that she understands what he was trying to do, and to sort of at least absolve him of some of the guilt that he carried, was really important. And I think that her telling Walter that Peter was just as scared as he was really, really helpful, because I think that when you're a person and you're really wrapped up in your own grief and your own feelings and your own fears, it's very easy to forget that other people are going through those same things. And I think that when you can sort of be confronted with that and realize that, yeah, I'm scared, but so is this person. Like, there's sort of a healing and a comfort that comes from that, because we don't like to be alone as humans. We don't like to feel alone. We don't like to just have those feelings plaguing us all the time. And so when we can share those feelings and we can get a bit of perspective on our feelings and realize that maybe somebody else is hurting just as much as us, I think that it really helps us. And I think that it really helped Walter to sort of know that while he can't go back in time, he can't, well, he could, I don't know, but he can't save his Peter. He can't save the Peter that he tried to save and lost. He can now save this iteration of his son. He can take him back to the people that he loves, and he can give him this gift that he couldn't give his son. I think it's really special, and it's really meaningful, and I think it's really going to help this version of Walter to heal a bit of himself. Yeah. Also, Elizabeth telling him that she forgives him, and like genuinely forgiving him, like, why is she the best person? Like, she's great. I love her. While I'm already crying, let's go ahead and talk about the scene with Walter and Peter at the very end. You guys, this show does not want me to go a single episode without crying. They're like, really? You thought? No. Last episode, when Peter told Walternate he wasn't who he thought he was, and then Walternate told Peter he was exactly the man like he thought he would be, like, that got me. in this episode, Peter telling Walter, oh, what did he say? I wrote it down, hold on. That, you know, he had told Walter the week before that he wasn't the man he thought he was. But he's telling Walter, like, you're exactly the man that I thought you were. And he's saying that because he knows, like, Walter, our Walter, is his dad, right? Like, for all intents and purposes. And I don't know, it got me. Like, it was so sweet. And he was so happy. And then Walter was like, I hope that's a good thing. And Peter was like, yeah. And then he smiled. Sorry. I am a sucker for Peter and Walter. Like, they have basically all of my heart. And so these scenes where their relationship is shown in this, like, really beautiful light just gets me. Also, I don't really have a lot to say about this, but I do think it's worth mentioning that this version of Walter did not receive the white tulip. He never got that absolution, and he's clearly suffered for it. So I think that that one scientist guy who sent Walter the white tulip, I think he really helped Walter. And I like how the white tulip has sort of become this symbol of hope in the show, right? And this sort of symbol of how this act of kindness can really affect someone's life, right? Because Walter told that scientist guy, I'm sorry, I forget his name, about the white tulip. And then he orchestrated the events to give Walter the white tulip, knowing that Walter wouldn't remember that conversation and that he would see it as, like, the absolution and everything. So I just think that's really beautiful, the way that it's depicting how an act of kindness can, like I said, just really affect someone's entire life. We also got to talk about Nina fucking Sharp, okay? Like, she's just going full villain in this timeline. Like, she's injecting Olivia with the cortexiphan. She's apparently working with David Robert Jones. Like, Olivia is part of her plan. What the hell her plan is, I don't know. But I just don't know. I don't know what she wants. She was very against David Robert Jones in the timeline that we know, at least to my recollection. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I already disagree with her experimenting on Olivia once again without her express permission and consent and knowledge even. I'm just curious where this is going to go. It's very interesting. And I'm pretty sure the next episode is the mid-season finale. So these past two episodes have been so crazy. I don't know how the next one could be crazier, could be more dramatic, could be more like, you know? So I'm a little bit nervous to find that out because a girl is not ready. Hello? But yeah, I think that's all that I have to say. I really loved Peter's interaction with Astrid in this episode. I just love... Can you just drive by already? Every iteration of Astrid, she has me. I just really, really liked this episode. There's probably a bunch more that I have to say. Oh, wait, sorry. I did want to mention really quickly Olivia choosing to trust Peter in that moment and him saving her life. I really loved. I loved that there is this connection that they have in sort of every iteration of the timeline, I think. And while we're not really sure if she's going to turn back into our Olivia and his Olivia or not, I just like her. I like most versions of Olivia. So I think that that's all that I really have to say about this episode. I am looking forward to see where we go from here and what happens next. If you want to know right now what happens next and you're watching this on YouTube, you can watch the next episode right now over on Patreon, which is linked in the description down below. Over there, you can also see my entire full-length reaction to this episode and every single episode thus far of Fringe. And yeah, that's it. Until next time. Bye, guys.